أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. In the name of Allah, the gracious, the merciful. All praise due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, His blessing and praise cast among His messenger Muhammad ibn Abdullah. Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. In this lecture, I resume the code for the disjointed letter in the Great Wise Quran. In the previous lecture, I looked up the disjointed letters, the 14 of them. As you know, this is half of Arabic alphabet, 7 and 7. And I look at them also in chapter 1. These are how much these letters, the disjointed letter repeated in chapter 1, the second line. And we know chapter 1 have 3 7, 1 7, another 7, that's 14 for the disjoint letter, plus 1 7, that's 21 letter, and 7 letters in Al-Fatiha is missing, is not there out of the Arabic alphabet. So here we have half of the Arabic alphabet. So I'm gonna combine between the disjointed letter, how many times they repeated in the 78 times they repeated all together, and how many times they repeated in chapter 1, and multiply sequential value, geometrical value between them. So I did for Kaf, Ha, Ya, Ain, Sad. It gave me geometrical value for the multiple of Kaf in the disjointed letter times the multiple of Kaf in chapter 1 times the value of the letter Kaf. And same for the rest of it. It gave me, I decoded for 1770. Kaf represent Kalimatullah, 161 geometrical value. Ha represent who? Represent Allah Almighty. Ya represent Yahya bin Zakaria, alayhim as-salam, peace be upon him, Johnson and Zachariah. And Ain represent Kalimatullah, Isa ibn Maryam. Sad represent As-Sirat, and Sirat Ahmad ibn Abdullah. Same for the sequential value, the combination. Kaf for Kalimatullah, 71. Ha for who? Ya for Yahya bin Zakaria, sequential value. Ain Isa ibn Maryam, Jesus son of Mary. Sad As-Sirat al-Mustaqim, Sirat Rasulullah Muhammad Abdullah. Right? I did that in the previous lecture. So this is very nice. That means maybe down the road we'll confirm, inshallah, what is the meaning of Kaf, Ha, Ya, Ain, Sad. Okay? Anytime you subtract these two numbers from each other, they must divide by 9. So if we subtract out of 1770 minus 663, that's 1107 divided by 9, we have 123. So if we do this subtraction and divide by 9, we get 123. What is 123? Because this is the summary of both numbers, let's call it, or call it al-khulasa. If we do so and we decode for this 123, I just saw it somewhere but I lost it now. Okay, here I found it. 11 for who? 11 for Kaf, because it's Kaf. Ha 5. Okay. Ya Yahya, so I benefit of decoding for 2 values. Ain Isa and Sad 18 Sirat. I left Sad and Kaf and Ha not decoded for, and I decode for Yahya and Isa for Ya and Ain. Okay. It's very remarkable. It's very small solution. How about Hamim? How about if we do Hamim? Hamim, same thing. We're gonna look at the 2 tables. So Ha is repeated 7 times in the disjointed letters, but repeated 5 times in the chapter 1. Why I combine between chapter 1 and the disjointed letter? Because I consider whole chapter 1 as a start also. I don't want to say this disjointed letter, but the start of the Quran. So have 7 times 5 times 8 And meme, where's meme? Here, 17 times 5 times 40 times 40. How much is these two values here? Let me do the math here. 280 and 10,000 here. Ha meme. Let me do ha meme. Ha is 7 times 5 times 8, and meme 17 times 15. 17 in the disjointed letters, and 15 al-Fatiha, and the value 40, geometrical value. So how much are these numbers now? 7 times 5 times 8, that's 280. 280 for ha. And meme 17 times 15 times 40. 10200. I want you to notice that 102 is the word mubin. The word mubin. Okay. Okay. What is these numbers here? Oh, add them up together, you get 10,480. 10,480. Let me go straight so I use the board. 10,480. This much. Notice 48 is Hamim, and 10,000 represent one, Allah Almighty, but 108 Haq. You know, this is Haq. See this? 108 is the word Haq. And 102 is Mubin. And I keep claiming in this study that Ha represent Al-Haq, the truth, and Mim represent Al-Mubin. Okay? Okay, that's very nice. If we decode for this as follow, 179. 179 is the fifth value for Mim, but here if you can take out of it Al-Haq, Al-Haq sequential value, you get Al-Haq geometrical value. Or Al times 48, I'm decoding with Hamim, 8 and 4, 8 and 4, where is it? 40, I'm sorry. 40. Okay. This is a big number. So do so. If you take out of it plus 280 in the memory. So take 179 times 48, which is a big number, 8592. This number here, 8592. But remember, 92 is Al-Haq al-Mubin, the clear truth. Al-Haq is 40 and Al-Mubin 52. So there's 92. Al-Haq al-Mubin. This is the word Al-Haq al-Mubin. And 85, Allah Wahid. Allah Wahid. This, I want you to remember all these values. What left is 1888. Decode as follow. If you take out of it Al-Haq al-Mubin geometrical value, Al-Haq al-Mubin, Al-Haq 139 and Al-Mubin 133. So 139, 133. What left is 1616. 1616. I do not know this number except in this group over here, where I claim this group when the hour is very near. Is this set a number timing for the hour? I am not sure, but maybe. Let's put it this way. Which the hour is very important topic. So you're gonna tell me, brother, no one knows. Yes, that's true. No one knows but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But the difference between my opinion and your opinion, that I believe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala taught us a lot about the end of time. That's why we have a whole knowledge called Ashrat al-Sa'a, or Ilm Ashrat al-Sa'a, the knowledge of the conditions for the hour. So the hour is not very hidden. The time of the hour, Allah knows the time. But the marks of the hours, they are a lot. A lot of people know it now. If you want to study it, you can. What about the sequential value? Sequential value, we do instead of time 8, we do times 8 again because it's the same value. And instead of 40, we do times 13. That's for the letter meme. And if we do that, you get 280 again, and you get 3,315. Okay, add them up together, you get 3,595. Okay, if you decode for this much number, 100, which I claim it equal to 8 ha and 92 al-haq al-mubin, the clear truth. This is maybe times 21 hamim, I got 1495, which is the lifespan of the Muslim Ummah. So you can look at this way if you want. Also, you can decode with 171, this number. This is we decode with hamim. Now we're going to decode with 171. 171 is the 14 disjointed letter sequential value times 11. This is equal 193. How much this equal? Hold on 1 second. So 11 times 171, 1881. Out of 3595, I'm dealing with 1714. 1714, if you take haq mubin, out of it, what left? Haq mubin, which is the name of the Prophet, Muhammad Abdullah alayhi salatu wasalam, 106. 1496, this is the pleasant wind year, 46 bay. Maybe you can decode in better way. Look here, if you do from this number, very remarkable decoding, 3595 in the memory. If you take out of it 92 times 21, okay, and remove it. So if you take 92, where is it? This number here. Look here, this is very important. If you take what is 92? We said in this calculations, al-haq al-mubin. Al-ha represent al-haq, the truth, and mim represent al-mubin, the clear. 92 al-haq al-mubin, and this is the name Muhammad, geometrical value, al-haq al-mubin, times 21. What is 21? This value here, this 21, which is hamim. 8 plus 13, hamim. I'm decoding now. What is the value of this much? The value is 1932. 1932. I want you to notice 92 al-haq al-mubin and 13 meme, and 92 is Muhammad, peace be upon him, and 132 Muhammad Ahmad Abdullah, and 132 also al-Messiah, son of Maryam, al-Masih ibn Maryam, and 192 is al-Basmali also. So all 132 the name of the prophets, 192 al-Basmali, 92 al-haq al-mubin, and 13 is alif lam. Alif lam represent Allah. Alif lam represent Allah. And take it out of this big number here. What left? 1663. 1663. Okay. So for 1663 as follow. 30 represent Allah Almighty. 92 represent al-haq al-mubin. Allah al-haq al-mubin. So if you take out of it 30 represent Allah. What? Allah al-haq al-mubin. What left? 1541. Take 46 bi'thi, you get 1494. 1495 plus 46, the span of the Muslim Ummah. Bi'thi calendar, revelation calendar, which is 13 years older than the Arabic Hijri calendar. Okay? So you know that now. Okay? So all gave almost push toward the end of time. So those scholars who said these letter timing for major events in the life of the Muslim Ummah and the humanity, they was right about it, because this is very strong opinion. I respect this opinion. But here I give you more detail and I give you the time. All right? 14 minutes. There's another decoding also I like. For 10480, this one here, let me change the color if I can. if you do take 1, 5, 6 here, if you take out of this one here, let me take this here, I don't want to crowd the board. Where I get this big number, like I said, how many times the letters repeated out of 78 times? For meme 17, as you know, and for ha is 7 times. But in chapter 1, meme repeated 15 times and ha repeated 5 times. So I multiple all the 3 numbers together, the 2 location times the value. I get 10,480. If you decode as 48, which is ha meme, al-haq, the truth, al-haq, I'm sorry, haq, 8 plus 100, all this times 48, I'm decoding for hamim now. This is the constant. Okay. What left? 2992. 2992. Remember, 92 is al-haq al-mubin. So take out of this number 272. What is 272? Al-haq al-mubin, geometrical value. Al-haq al-mubin, sequential value 92. Al-mubin, Allah Almighty, Allah la ilaha illahu. Ahad, 13 Ahad. This is a character for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah Ahad. Al-Kitab, 453. Al-Kitab, because all of them talk about Al-Kitab. Al-Quran, we know this Al-Quran. Our master Muhammad Muhammad Abdullah. 23 revelation for the book and 1496 elevation for the book. Perfect, huh? Allah Ahad, Al-Haq Al-Mubin, Al-Kitab, Al-Quran, Muhammad bin Abdullah, Al-Quran, Al-Kitab, 23 revelation and 1496 elevation. How about Alif Lam Mim Sad? Can you do Alif Lam Mim Sad? Because this is going to take a lot of time. Ta Sin Mim. A lot of work in this table. A lot of work. And this support the idea. I do quick Alif Lam Mim Sad. I'm not going to do in detail, but I'm going to do Alif Lam Mim Sad. Like same idea. How many times they repeated in the 78 letter? And how many times? See, this quality for the ink is not moving. Alif Lam Mim Sad. Alif Lam Mim Sad. Alif Lam Mim Sad. Alif Lam Mim Sad. Alif repeated 13, 22. Lam repeated 13, 22 in Al-Fatiha. Mim 17, 15 in this Al-Fatiha. Sad 3 and 2. 3 in the disjointed letter Alif Lam Mim Sad, Kaf Ain Sad, Sad wal Quran al-Dik. And here 2, اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم. These are the values. Okay. And out of, hold on, let me see if I have. It takes time to work with this thing here. See, this is not gonna work. It takes time for the ink to go through. It's okay. I'll leave it here. Okay, do the math for these. Sequential value times 1, 13 times 22 times 1, and مكرر نوراني مكرر الفاتحة 13 times 1 sequential value times 12 times 13 times 18. So whatever value here, you're going to get sequential value repeated, you're going to get 7,141, and geometrical value repeated times 1 times 30 times 40 times 90. This is a big number. 19,606. I want you to notice 606 represent Allah, and 19 is 1. Allah Wahid. Okay, Allah Wahid. The other one, 41 ad-Din, the religion, 71 at-Tariq, the path. Okay, that's very nice. Let me start decoding for these letters. Alhamdulillah. 71 41 71 71 41. Okay, if you take out of it Ashhadu anna la ilaha illallah and Muhammad Rasulullah times 44. Why is it 44? Alif Lam Mim Sad, sequential value. This line 44. 1 plus 12 13 plus 26 and plus 18 44. 1 plus 30 plus 4 plus 90 161. So ash-shahadatain times what left is 1817. Okay, decode as 34 Alif Lam, Allah represented by Alif Lam. Mim represent Muhammad Abdullah, Mim Muhammad bin Abdullah, and Sad represent As-Sirat al-Mustaqim, As-Sirat al-Mustaqim, and 22 last complete year and 1494, or you leave it 23 the era of the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. I like it this way because I know I can explain it. 22 the last complete year for the Prophet Bi'thi, and the year of shutting down the Sirat, which is the sequential value of chapter 1. So now, as you see, every day become more clear the meaning of these letters. So if I come like 20 years ago and I tell you Alif Lam, Allah, and Mim Muhammad, and Sad Sirat, you're gonna ridicule my opinion. You're gonna say, how you know, brother, this and that. But right now, after this year, this many years of decoding for these, as you see, the values like coming out straight from this type of calculations. Okay, what about the big number 19606? Remember, 196 is the tool you need to capture the Sirat, because this is 75 La ilaha illallah plus 120 Muhammad Rasulullah. 60 as-Sirat, remember that. 66 the word represent Allah Almighty. 19 Wahid. Okay, all these you're gonna notice. 90 is Sad, as you see, Sad is there. Sad. Do you see 90? Sad, as-Sirat, Sad. This is the letter Sad, and this is as-Sirat, sequential value. 66 the word represent Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So decode this big number as La ilaha illahu. This is Ashhadu anna la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu, I bear witness no God but Allah. Ashhadu anna la ilaha illallah. And also Muhammadun Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam. This one, La ilaha illahu, geometrical value, times 161. What is 161? I just told you, this is Alif Lam Mim Sad, geometrical value. The start we're decoding for. And what left is Alif Lam Mim. Alif Lam Mim, I kept it, and I solve only for Sad. What is Sad? As-Sirat. Okay, here this is 60 sequential value as-Sirat, 330. So I left Alif Lam Mim as is, but here I benefit decoding for as-Sirat, and this is the lifespan of the Sirat, which is the Muslim Ummah Bi'thi calendar. See how I maneuver with this one? Okay, this is some technique I use. I just split it into sections to be able to pinpoint the meaning. if you do 24, which is Al-Hajj, times 786 Al-Basmali, 7, 4, 2, what left, and you can decode as follow. Al-Islam 162, Al-Islam represented by As-Sirat, by Sad, and what left is 580, but 580 is 165. What is 165? La ilaha illallah, no God but Allah. What left is Ahmad 53, Ahmad 362 Rasulullah. So it's a monotheism constant, as you see. So if you want to capture Al-Islam, either you say La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, sequential value, geometrical value of 619, or you say 580 La ilaha illallah Ahmad Rasulullah, which is 184 La ilaha illallah Ahmad Rasulullah, sequential value. This is very cute decoding for this one here. If you do 106, the name of the Nabi alayhi salatu salam, 106 times 161, which is Alif Lam Mim Sad, this is the name of the Nabi Muhammad Abdullah, times 106, so 106 times 161, this is 17,066. 176 Allah la ilaha illallah, and 66 the word represent Allah. Out of the value 19606, so I'm gonna deal 2540. 2540. Notice 54 Al-Islam, 24 Al-Hajj, as you see over there. Decode as follow. Take 85 Allah Wahid. That's, as you see, I take all Allah Wahid, 66 plus 19, because I see it over here, 66 and 19. Allah Wahid. And Al-Quran 383. So if you do take out of this Allah Wahid 85, Allah Wahid, Al-Quran, what left? 2072. 2072, the name As-Sirat and Ahmad Abdullah. What left? 1495, the lifespan of the Muslim Ummah. As you see, same kind of approach. This is, I think, as you see, it's not easy, but according to my research, I couldn't figure it out in different way. Maybe that's why this question, it took 1400 years maybe to answer, if we think we answered part of it now. Because as you see, it's kind of complicated. One more decoding I like a lot. 24, I'm gonna do 24, which is Al-Hajj represent As-Sirat, times 693, the value, 14 disjointed letter, geometrical value covering those 4 letters, Alif Lam Mim Sad, part of 14. I'm gonna deal with the remnant, which is 2974. 2974. 2974, the name of the Prophet over there, and 24 Al-Hajj represent As-Sirat. So we have 19606 in the memory, dealing 24 times 693, which is 16632 also. This is a value, 16632. And 132, the name of the Nabi Muhammad Abdullah, 166, the word represent Allah, 162 Al-Islam. So all combined out, I'm gonna do 2974 and take the word represent Allah Almighty, An-Nabi 93, Muhammad bin Abdullah alayhi salatu salam, As-Sirat Al-Mustaqim. Oh, look here, I'm gonna take out of this the word represent Allah for Alif Lam, An-Nabi 93, 286 Muhammad Abdullah, An-Nabi, the Prophet Muhammad bin Abdullah, the Prophet, An-Nabi 93, the name of the Prophet for me Muhammad Abdullah, and for Sad As-Sirat Al-Mustaqim 1011, As-Sirat Al-Mustaqim. And what left is the era of the Nabi alayhi salam, 23 years, and the era of his Ummah 1495. As you see, all agree to a certain limit. I'm gonna stop here. Subhanakallah wa hamdik nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. There's a lot more left to do. Subhanakallah wa hamdik nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.